Hello and welcome back to the next part of the French coffee maker tutorial. In this part we are going to set up the materials, and we begin with the plastic of the push button here and the handle. That's really easy material. I'm going to split my view and going here to the node editor and select the handle, and I add a material. It's black plastic. Okay, I set the name and use here the material setup, and then need a mix shader. I had a mix shader here, and we need a glossy shader as well. And the diffuse color is nearly black. And when we connect the glossy shader to the lower part of the mix shader, and the factor we set to 0.1, and I set up this material for the push button as well, and that's it for the plastic. Now for this part here we need another shader. We need this anisotropic shader. Okay, and we add a little bit of roughness, because this only works with a little bit of roughness in the shader. So I set this to 0.1, and that the shader is working, we need another node, we need the input node, we need a tangent. And I connect it to the tangent input of the anisotropic shader. And now I set this up here and this. I create a new material and I need an anisotropic shader as well, but this one is different. This one has tangent input as well, but this time we switch to UV map, but we not have a UV map right now. Just go in the edit mode, select all of the vertices and press U, and cylinder projection, and then we choose the UV map. And for this one, do the same. Select all, and we unwrap it. Cylinder projection, and we assign the same material. But first, let's rename the materials. This one is the anisotropic radial, and this is anisotropic UV. And this one we have to push this little number here to get one number. Okay, like I said, we have to push this button here to get this separated, and you have to choose the right. If you separate it, it chooses normally the correct UV map. And for this, we do the same. First we get this here, and you see it's the wrong map. And if I tap in, select all, U, and cylinder projection, tap out, and I separate the material. It got the right UV map. Okay, that's it for the outside. And now let's set up the glass. The glass is really simple. It's just glass shader, new material, glass, and we set the shader to glass. And that should be right now. And now we can try a test render. For this, I'm going to rotate the camera a little bit, and I go down the camera and I move a little bit out, slide here away. Okay, this here as well, this, and let's have a look at this. I stop the recording and I show you the result. Okay, this is the render result, and it looks really cool, but it's really dark. And there are only two reflections. There are the lights you have set up in the first place. So I'm going to set the world background now, use nodes, and I want environment texture. I open it, and I have downloaded at openfootage.com. They are really cool HDR images, and I select mirror ball and I do another test render right now. I pause the recording and I will be back. Okay, I'm back, and this is what it looks like with the HDR world image. You have more reflection in the material, but it still looks too dark. And for this reason, I'm going to make the strength a little bit higher of the lamps. Let's say 20, and the other one 18 or something like that. And we have to add a material to the floor. Let's rename it floor. And then we add mix shader, because I want to have the floor a little bit glossy. This I need input, a shader, diffuse shader, and I need a glossy shader as well. And I connect these, and I put the factor to 0.1. And now let's try another render. Again, I will pause the recording. Okay, now we're back here, and with the render, and I think that's looking really cool. Now we are going to add some materials in here. It's really easy. We use just chrome material. Sure, we can do something like a really developed shiny metal material with layer weight, with all kinds of stuff in there, but you can really notice then here in this image the difference between real developed material or, let's say, a simple chrome material. So I added simple chrome material to these guys here in the inner side of the coffee maker. For this I'm going to hide the glass and zoom in a little bit, and I think I am deleting this here right now because it's not necessary for this render here. Maybe in another tutorial I show you how you make a filter which has transparency and so on, but I think in this case we don't need this really. So I delete this, and on the spiral I'm going to add some more thickness. If it's too thin you can't see it really. Okay, I think that's cool. Now let's add some material to this. We call it chrome. And what we need is we need something like we need a color mix RGB. And we do here white and here gray, light gray, let's say a 50% gray. And because chrome gets a little bit milky when the angle of the view gets lower, we need something which is providing this. So I'm adding an input node, a layer weight node, and I put the facing in the vector, and then we add I think I need now something which is controlling the roughness of the chrome. Chrome isn't really that smooth, polished. It has always, you see the little stripes or indents from the metal which is under the chrome. So let's add a math node and set this to multiply, and we add the facing. And let's now add a glossy shader, and the color is coming from the mix RGB shader node. It's not a shader, and the roughness is controlled by this math node here, and connect this to the surface. Okay, I think this will do the job, and we add this material to this metal sheet as well. chrome, and this here is chrome as well. Okay, now let's do a test render, and I will be back when the render is done. I paused the recording now. Okay, I'm back, and this is what we get here. It works really well, and because we have made the spiral a little bit thicker, you can see it now a little bit better. Okay, that's it for the materials, and now in the next part, I think we do a little bit of improvement on the lighting and on the background, so we can get a really cool render out of this. Okay, see you in the next part. Bye.